Okay. We are live at 8 freaking o'clock in the morning.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
We had to do it this early. So we have a football game we have to drive to.
We get to do it this early.
We get to do it this early.
See? It's all about your perspective.
Not quite. But anyway, welcome. We are live. Thank you for joining us. We are here as per usual on a Saturday morning or wherever it might be in your part of the world.
Yep, we're here. Sam may not be here yet. He's giving the look.
She said if we do it this early, she will carry it for the first half hour.
I said if you needed me to. I mean, I can. Just drink your coffee and you'll be fine. It's all good.
The first sip of coffee is definitely a good thing.
Yeah, I agree. And
the Whoopsick is here. Hello,
Good
Whoopsick.
morning.
Zexto, hello everyone. Zexto, I like your avatar, man. That's a cool Scout Trooper avatar. I like that.
Can't see.
Blake Cavaney says hello.
Good morning.
Hello, hello, hello.
And somebody says it's 5 p.m. in Belgium, so good evening.
See, it's happy hour somewhere.
You don't even drink.
I don't even drink.
Like, neither of us drink, so...
That's a saying, though, isn't it?
It is a saying.
It's happy hour somewhere
It's
in the
5
world.
o'clock somewhere.
Okay, there you go. See, it's 5 p.m. in Belgium. See? Gary.
End of the workday.
End of the workday. Oh, there's the gurgly.
Oh, dear. Let's not have
There's
that.
the gurgly. 11 a.m. in Quebec. All right, Mark,
Quebec?
Is it Quebec? She here?
Yeah.
Or is it Quebec? That's the thing. That's what I will leave you with. I'll be right back. I gotta see my son off.
I always say Quebec.
There we go. No, it's not Quebec.
It's not? I told him I would carry him in the morning because he's not a morning person. But I was also expecting him to be here, so I didn't have to carry. But it's all good. It's all good. We have a big day ahead of us, so we had to start a little earlier. Aiden has his first football game in Spokane this afternoon. So it's a 3-hour drive over, 2-hour game, and a 3-hour drive back. So we have to start our day a little earlier than Sam likes, which is fine. I still can't see the screen because my glasses aren't fixed yet. So I can't like really lean over and read what you're typing. I went to the eye doctor. Maybe within another 10 days we'll have glasses. But until then, I'll just pretend I have my glasses. I said I can't lean over and see the screen because I can't read because I don't have my glasses.
You can lean over.
I know, but then I'd have to get really close.
Yes.
Like I'd have to climb into your spot.
Well,
basically.
That would be okay as well.
You could.
All right. So, random fact, it's midnight in Japan.
Oof.
That is true. The French police will get Sam. What did I do? Did I say it's Quebec? Because I said it's Quebec, not Quebec.
I don't know.
Quebec is the French way of saying it. Quebec is the English. Well, then I'm going to say it Quebec. Because that's how it's supposed to be said.
That's the French way.
Yeah. What happened to your hand? Did you tell them?
No.
I
have nothing.
Give them the lowdown.
This is the way the doctor wants me to wrap it. It actually happened about a month ago.
Yep.
I pulled a tendon in my finger, and it has not healed because the last doctor didn't want it wrapped, and therefore it hasn't healed.
Well, let's give a little bit more context than that. The last doctor, quote unquote, was
The urgent
our
care.
friendly neighborhood urgent care. And he said that you wrenched
Yeah, those
the
were
nerve.
his words. You wrenched your tendon.
Your turd. Yeah, your turd. I said,
Turd? Really?
I said turf, and I said I said nerve and tendon at the same time, and it came out turd.
That's stupid.
Interesting. Told you it's too early for this crap. Crap. See, another poop joke.
Are we gonna go down that road?
We're gonna go down. We should just pull out Bikini Nonale and play it.
That's what we need to do.
So anyway, that's what happened at ye old urgent care.
Yeah, but the doctor wants me to wrap it, and this is how she wants me to wrap it. But it's been hurting for a month.
Furthermore, the guy at urgent care, ye old
urgent care
that probably had leeches in the back in case we were sick in some way.
Maybe.
Said, no, you don't need to wrench it. It'll fix itself.
You don't need to wrap it.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Fine. You're fine. It'll heal itself.
Couple of weeks, later, you'll feel better.
Still not healed. Yeah. Still hurts. So she goes back to the doctor, and the doctor said, no, you should probably wrap it and immobilize it. Duh, you old urgent care.
So this is how she wants me to wrap it. I don't love it like this because I feel very immobile. I feel very incapable. I feel pissed off. I can't feed myself. That's kind of annoying. I have to like that. I don't know. I don't love it. But my regular doctor did say, oh yeah, come back in 3 to 4 weeks and see if it's still hurting. So that will have been 2 months. So I'm not really loving that.
Okay. Jana has been paying attention, Jana Heismans, and she is asking, how is it going? She's in the other room, so I'm going to say it really loud. How is it going with Daphne's driver's license? Is she doing things by herself now so it takes some of the tasks away from you?
Just shout out your answer. Well, she might not actually be in there.
She is in there. She just has her headphones
on. She's doing very good at driving. She is driving herself to her tasks. No, she is. She drives herself to and from her color guard and her band practices. And that's about it. We did get her to drive herself to dinner last night. So yes, she is driving herself to.
And that was actually a punishment.
It was.
We had. It's a strange thing when you punish your children by telling them to go out to eat.
Right, and go have fun. That's a punishment.
That felt strange.
You're the one who suggested
what we came up with. Well, I said, my words were, tomorrow night. Well, okay, here's the backstory.
There's a little bit of backstory.
We gotta hold this up. Okay, so they've been at band camp for the last 2 weeks.
Yes.
Daphne and Dante. And yesterday, day before yesterday.
So Thursday.
She told Daphne and Dante, you got to go get yourself something to eat. I'm not going to have time to come get it for you. I'll come give you something to eat.
Their dinner break is at 4 to 5.
We're talking about dinner.
I get off work at 2:30, and I just didn't have time.
Yeah, she had stuff to do. So her reply on the phone was, well, we're only going to have about a half an hour today for dinner break, and I don't think I'll have enough time to go get it. She, being a good mother, said, okay, I will make time to get you something for food. I'll be there at 4 o'clock. She takes time to cook them something to eat instead of just, picking up
Jack in the Box. I
goes and takes it to them.
They coolers,
yes,
thermoses, like the whole thing.
Freaking gift bag full of crap. They come home, and she notices that they did not eat anything except
the bag of Cheetos and a
bag of Cheetos and some string cheese. Did not eat any of the stuff that she made for them. And she hits the roof. So did I. But
I got a little mad.
She got her super mad, which is like you wouldn't really be able to tell you're mad unless you know her. So she got super mad, and so we were like, we need to figure out what we're gonna do about this. And so I said, I think tomorrow night they need to be on their own
for dinner, and he specifically said,
and I specifically said they can't eat stuff that's in the house. They
Right.
have to go get themselves something to eat.
Right.
That's what I said. They're on their own.
Yes, I said the same.
That's it. Then
I said the same.
the following morning, dun, 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 she introduces said plan as you need to go out to eat, and you can take see if your friend wants to go with you, and just go have a good time.
Because you didn't eat the dinner I provided the other night, I need you to understand the time and money and effort that it took to take the dinner. So you need to go out to dinner on your own.
And see if your friend wants to go
And
with
go
you.
with your friend.
And have a good time.
It'll be a nice brother and sister date.
Here's our well thought out punishment.
What? It worked.
No.
They went out to dinner on
And
their
had
own
a great time.
and paid for it on their own. It was. I don't see why.
And
it's
they
a bad
probably
thing.
thought at some time, Daphne, we should be punished more often because this is fabulous.
Whatever. It was Sam's suggestion, and it worked. They went out to dinner on their own.
I don't know if it worked.
It worked.
We'll have to see, because I'm a firm believer in if you are truly sorry for something, your actions will change. Maybe not immediately, because we're all human. We all have that propensity to...
My kids knew I was really mad.
Oh, believe me, everybody who knows you and saw you that night knew you were mad. I'm not saying that, but knowing somebody is mad and being repentant about it are two different things.
Maybe.
Two different things.
We'll see.
We will see. Time will tell. I'm not saying that they didn't get it, but I'm saying time will tell if they did or did not. So we'll see. Anyway, there's a little glimpse into our parenting lifestyle. So there you have it.
Yes,
Blake
Stephanie is driving.
says, what happened to your hand? I think you were probably listening later. Wrenched tendon. Doctor says we need to wrap it and mobilize it for 3 to 4 weeks and then come back see what's going on. That's what's going on with that. She also has the possibility, the thing in her mind that the reason it's not really healing well is it might be connected to the MS that she's been diagnosed as well.
So
because the MS kind of makes your body fire off improperly and
and I have an appointment to follow up on that. But
really,
yeah, I that's my thought, because my hands are already numb from my MS from the wrist down.
Well, so numb and not numb, but it's more of the like
tingling when they fall asleep.
Yeah, when your limb falls asleep, it's that most of the time.
Yeah, and it's like you can't. I'm not getting the feedback from it, But I'm thinking that's why it's not healing. But I'm not a doctor. Okay.
Gary says, "Hi, Jana. I believe I know you from some Facebook board game groups."
Ooh, that's cool.
And so Jana says, "Oh, really? Well, pay attention now. If I see your name, it doesn't ring a bell."
I'm sorry, is that Jana's voice?
Yes.
Sorry, Jana.
Maybe I should give Gary a voice. Gary, hi, Jana. Believe I know you from some Facebook.
No, that's a creepy game.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Name.
I'm sorry, Gary. I shouldn't have been like that. But
yeah, I know.
Well, I'll work on it. Let's see here. I likely make less comments. He said it's something else, so I had to put it in his voice. I'll fix your voice, Gary. I'm sorry. So Blake Heavy says, yes, you're punished. Go have fun.
I mean, it was not quite that, but I did say.
But then Blake says, Cheetos and string cheese, best dinner ever.
I mean.
False.
I made them crack chicken.
Yes. She made them crack
Did
chicken.
You stop with the crap.
That was a slip. It wasn't a Freudian slip, though. That is indeed a strange punishment. Yes.
Well, Shush. The punishment was they had to go out and get dinner on their own. Yeah. I just tried to say, while you're doing it, enjoy your time.
Did you hear yourself when you said that? Here's your punishment. Enjoy it. Go enjoy your...
Yes.
Punishment is the opposite of enjoyment.
I'm not going to say, I want you to go to dinner, buy yourself something, anything you want, be miserable at it.
Why not?
Because that doesn't make sense.
I had the thought. I didn't say it. But I had the thought of go somewhere you don't like.
Oh, come on.
Like, you have to go eat at Taco Bell. Do it now. That's what I would have... I had that thought when we were talking behind the camera back...
No, they went out to Denny's.
Yeah, and she gets a text from Dante. Oh, it was delicious, all caps. Having a great time.
But they did what we told them. They went out, drove themselves to dinner, and paid for their own dinner.
And it was delicious, and they had a great time. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it was a successful punishment. I think they did what they told us to do, and that's probably where I'm at. I'm like, we need to ratchet up the sinisterness next time a little bit more.
I clearly can't be responsible for punishments.
Well, she's a huge, positive reinforcement advocate. And
I'm a preschool teacher.
I get it. But at some point, I think positive reinforcement needs to climb into the back seat and punishment needs to happen. Real punishment. Not beat your kids kind of stuff. I'm talking about things that make you reflect and say,
I think my kids did. They were like, this is I mean, it cost them $45. Because they had an appetizer, too. Mm. So,
I got the appetizer that I wanted. I didn't have to ask my parents to what I wanted, what I could buy. I could buy anything that I wanted. Yeah. That was a parenting fail on my part.
I thought it was a successful thing.
No, I don't
They drove. They did it on their own. Now they can learn that they can do that on their own.
We'll see.
That's my theory.
Well, that's another thing. We might, because it was your idea at first. Her idea at first was that we make them cook us dinner.
Yes, that's what I said.
But that felt weird because I'm forcing servitude at that point.
Yes, you're the one who's just saying you want punishment.
Yeah, but not forced servitude.
Not servitude. It's like normal chore.
You will be my slave for the night.
You will do a normal chore for us. It's not servitude.
Whatever.
I liked the thought of them making dinner.
Well, maybe we'll add that too.
He's still mad.
Oh, you thought it was over?
He's still mad.
Well, it's not that I'm mad. I'm just okay, that was the wrong choice because it backfired.
It didn't.
I think
they still went out to dinner on their own.
Yeah, and they had a great time.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does. Because they're going to think, remember that time we didn't eat what Mom made us, and then they made us go get our own food, and then we had a great time. You remember that?
Stop.
It's going to be a positive thing now. And it's supposed to be a punishment.
Then make them make us dinner.
We'll see. Let's see here.
Oh my gosh, there's a whole bunch of things.
No, there's not. They're not. I've been keeping an eye on it. Only a few of them. If you tell them to go somewhere, let me see. If you tell them go somewhere you don't like, how would you know that?
Because they'd complain about it for 3 days.
There's this thing called...
and I do track Daphne's
Where I
position
am on our iPhones. We can definitely double check that. That's easy peasy, man.
I wouldn't
Blake,
tell them to go somewhere they don't like.
Junior squad, bro. You need to come up to varsity, brother. Next time, go send them out to get dinner for you two as a punishment.
Oh, that would have
been a good idea. To go buy dinner for us.
Yeah, that would have been a good idea.
I don't trust their choices for food. It'll come back with
Jack in the Box?
Squid
They wouldn't.
puzzles or something like that. I don't know.
I think that would have been
Squid
a good
puzzles
choice.
isn't even a thing. That's just a word.
I think that would have been a good
I don't even
one.
think that's a word.
That was a good idea.
Taco Bell is actually an upgrade from Cheetos and string cheese. It is.
My kids hate Taco Bell.
They hate Taco Bell. And they're half Latino.
Well, Taco Bell isn't really Latino food. Sorry. It's not like Sofitos or...
I got a joke that my grandpa used to tell me. Can I tell it?
I don't know. Is it bad? Then no.
It's not bad.
I mean, your grandpa is funny, but
no, I'm not going to say it.
Yeah.
Somebody, it'll make somebody mad. Probably.
Don't.
It was funny.
If you have to question it,
it was a grandpa joke, so you can just go with it.
Your grandpa's funny.
My grandpa's a really great guy. He's a very
so
sweet
good.
person, but he also has a very much old style comedic sense.
Yeah,
and
he's a Texan.
I'll tell her later, and she will laugh. But
it is. He's
and you will probably laugh too, but I don't want to make anybody angry.
He's really funny.
Make them even cook for you, so they actually know how much time and effort it took.
It took a long time. I was annoyed.
It's like you're a mom, Jana.
I know.
That's what she said.
See?
Indeed, Jesse. A normal chore. Their teenagers just go to a place that has multiple restaurants and accidentally forget your phone in the car or just order DoorDash.
Daphne actually asked me to DoorDash her dinner that night.
I wouldn't. I'm not saying that Taco Bell is Latino food. They also don't like traditional Latino food.
They don't.
And they're half Latino.
They're Puerto Rican.
So it's like...
I would love...
They were raised by a super white chick. And it shows. Because that can't have spicy stuff.
I don't like spicy.
And like freaks out if there's like... If it has...
I'm getting better.
If her dish looked at a jalapeno that was just sitting on the counter, she would feel like her dish is spicy. That's how sensitive to spiciness she is. And Dante's not as bad.
No,
Dante's pretty good with spicy.
I think I'm getting better.
Yeah. Just have to keep introducing small doses. Building up a...
I would love to actually take
resistance to iocane over
all
several years.
Iocane powder, technically. I would love to bring all 3 kids to their paternal grandfather's side in Florida if we ever visit Florida. We could go and they would cook us like true traditional Puerto Rican food, and it would be great.
I just think it's funny that me. Whiter than whiter than like marshmallow white, loves Mexican food, loves Latino food. I know, I'm from Texas, but Aiden is the same way. My sons are the same way. Catherine even is the same way. They all love Latino food. We're all super white, but your 2 half Puerto Rican kids hate it. And I mean, unless it's a quesadilla. If it's a quesadilla, well, then it's the best thing in the world. But if you add any protein, like meat, to that, it's like you've destroyed the world's economy at that point. I just find it hilarious.
I mean, their family was raised eating beans and rice, sofritos and rice, and they won't touch beans to save their life. Like, at all.
It's weird. Yes, I know, Blake, Taco Bell ain't Latino food. I know, it isn't.
They don't like Taco Bell.
It's very much American style, Latino inspired cuisine.
Yeah, I don't even know about that.
It's inspired.
It has
the interpretation took a
burrito.
Yeah, and it has basically the same ingredients and everything, but
yes, exactly.
Have you ever done one of those DNA tests? Funny you should mention. Yes, both of them have.
Both of them have. I have not, but both of the kids have.
Yeah.
And or my kids have, and they love it. They will bring it up on their phone and say, I don't know.
We have to tell them to shut up.
They do. They will go into their DNA.
About the DNA test, because both of them have taken it, and it's like, well,
they literally do.
And my brain is melting in the front of the car as I drive, so I need them to stop.
Yeah, they both have. They are Latino, little Puerto Rican kids.
Mm-hmm.
I have not. My parents actually have both taken a DNA test, so I figure with my parents and my kids taking it, I'm kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
I don't need to. They did it, and I did it. They did it. Like,
Austin Mangum is here. I'm making quesadillas right now, he says.
Yes.
Well. Now, look, quesadillas are the bomb.
I love quesadillas.
They are the bomb. She has to stay away from them because she can't have cheese right now because those are inflammatory foods, and she's trying to stay on her anti-inflammatory food diet.
For my MS.
Yeah, for her MS. So because it has to do with her spinal cord and it's an inflammation in her spinal cord. So if you eat anti-inflammatory foods, it contains the inflammation and makes her MS not as bad. That's the theory, at least.
But I love quesadillas.
Yeah,
quesadillas. And when I lived in Mexico in college, that was my daily snack. I would stop at a little shop and I would get a quesadilla with like a slab of cheese and lime juice poured on top of it.
See, that's the thing. I think the quesadillas
that was a quesadilla
that they like are
no, they are
white
not.
Person.
They are not.
They are white person quesadillas.
They are definitely not from Mexico quesadillas.
Right.
No.
So there's a complete difference. Like if I go to a restaurant in San Antonio and order a quesadilla, it is not the same if I go to Montana to a restaurant and order a quesadilla. It's just not the same.
Yeah. No.
And I don't mean to be talking bad about Montana. Anybody in Montana, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. No. I'm just saying, it says, Midwest, predominant, white dude, central area.
Their version of a quesadilla is different. And our version up here, and what my kids have grown up with, is different.
Here we actually live in a very Latino...
We do live in a
I wouldn't say centric, but it's very
actually,
impactful.
I would say, yes, very
we
much
have a lot of Latinos up here, and...
Specifically, there's actually two cities in Wenatchee. There's Wenatchee and East Wenatchee. And the river divides us. And the river culturally divides us, too.
She said this. I didn't agree with her the other day.
It's true. Look, you can go in Wenatchee and you can go find quinceañera shops where you can get the dresses. But you can't in East Wenatchee.
It's because they're in Wenatchee. It's really the same town.
It's the same town.
It's divided by a river. There are two different counties.
We are
two different municipalities.
Latin-based in this county.
I get it, but the reason there aren't any quinceañera shops in East Wenatchee is because there are in Wenatchee, and all you have to do is drive 2 extra minutes to go to the quinceañera shop in Wenatchee.
At the Pioneer thing last night, or a couple nights ago. We went to get a form registering Aiden.
Well, they had run out of English.
Right, because they print a lot more
they print a lot more
Spanish flyers than the English flyers because there's a higher population of Spanish-speaking children in that district. Yeah. And so they were like, here's the instructions in Spanish. Spanish-speaking parents, true. But the English versions were very small, so they ran out by the time we got there. Okay.
We're a board gaming channel. What are we talking about?
So start talking about board gaming.
I don't want to. I once got a cooking lesson from my ex's Mexican grandmother who doesn't speak English, and I would imagine I didn't speak Spanish. Okay. I think there was a wrong... autocorrect there or something like that. It was an experience. I can imagine. That was probably a super memorable and fun experience, as a matter of fact. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I don't know the relationship that you had with her, but that kind of situation, that's like, I would have liked to just been there and been part of that, because I like it when the old guard, so to speak,
teaches the new guy. I love it.
I love it.
I did. Like that. I had a couple incidents like that when I was in college in Mexico. I took actually a cooking class, a college level cooking class in Spanish. And my Spanish was, it wasn't that bad, but it wasn't like...
She downplays her Spanish-speaking ability.
I do.
She can actually carry on a conversation with people.
I used to be able to carry on a conversation.
She still can. She still can. I don't know why she does this. Just the other night when we were in the ER, there was a guy holding his daughter, and his daughter was special needs, and
she was struggling.
When I walk in, she was struggling. My heart just like hit the floor.
Right.
Just the scene that was there. So I felt like I needed to ask him if he wanted me to get him something.
Right.
And so I did, and he didn't speak any English. And so I was just sitting there, and I was like, man, I want him to make sure I wasn't being some kind of creeper a weird person or anything like that. So I asked her, can you go over there and tell him what I wanted to do? If there's anything I can get for him, can I get him a cup of coffee from the thing that's right down the hall or whatever? And she walks right over there and does it. So don't listen to her. She knows what she's doing. She can, now look, I'm not saying she could teach a university course, but
couldn't even take
in Spanish. But here's the thing: she could conversate if she needed to. Nothing touches Tex-Mex.
See, Tex-Mex is different.
Is correct.
Tex-Mex is different.
It's the best. It's the best. I love it.
I thought you were going to go with a Texan accent instead of that.
Nope. Blake Avenue, I could stumble through French if I had to. I'm also learning Korean.
Ooh, that's cool.
I could actually read Korean to you, but I won't know everything that I'm saying because my vocabulary is crap. But I can, if I see Korean, I can read it and I can pronounce it okay. I probably do not have a proper accent anymore because I haven't lived there for so long. But I can, like when I lived in Korea, I did take Korean lessons from some of my fellow teachers that were in the institute, the Hagwon, that I was working at for about a year. And so that got me through knowing how to read and write their alphabet and their words, but it didn't get me very far down the line of the vocabulary and syntax and all of that other kind of stuff. So I can't fluently speak Korean, but I can hear. I can definitely recognize it. I can definitely read it off of a sign, and I can usually pick out what it's supposed to be, but I can't speak it. I'm not fluent. But Korean is actually a very fun language.
Really?
Yeah, and it's fun to read because, I don't know, I just like all the different characters and the way they formulate their words in the box format. Yeah. It's really fun. It's That's fun cool. to write. It's fun. It's one of the languages that I was like, this is actually fun to learn. I didn't feel like I was having to do something academic.
Right.
Because writing it was not, you're not using the regular, I don't know what they're called now, the Greco or whatever.
I can't remember the word.
The alpha whatever number letters. The English letters. I'm not writing English letters in different formations to make different words. I'm actually
using
artistically writing these new. So it was a lot more fun to me. But Korean's fun, so I hope you go
That's
further
cool.
in that.
Good job, Blake. I have a story for you. I don't think I've ever told you.
All right, just a second. Canadian French is dramatically different from French French.
Yes.
Also, don't get me started on Belgian French.
Oh, I didn't realize Belgian French was different. I mean, I guess I did.
Yeah, why did he say Belgian French?
Belgian.
It's supposed to be Belgian. Plake, you doof. I say doof in a very...
We love.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I call my dog a doof all the time because he does doofy things. But they're very they're very cute doofy things, you know. So I always call him a doof when he's doing one of those things. In French, they don't have a word for 70. They don't have a word for 80, and they don't have a word for 90. So you probably have to do some
7 and 10
verbal gymnastics there. Austin Mangum says, I'm currently in the Netherlands from Texas, and Belgian Dutch is something else compared to Netherlands Dutch.
Oh, interesting.
Latin alphabet. Okay, thank you. Yes, Doofenshmirtz is where it comes from.
That's my favorite.
That's where it comes from, Doofenshmirtz, yes. So, okay, your story.
I have a story that I don't think I've ever actually told you.
Oh boy, here we go.
When I was it's about languages and learning languages. When I was in the Czech Republic, I was teaching English in a very remote school.
So far I've heard the story.
I know. Well, they also did German.
I think I've heard this story. But
so
continue.
I decided to take a week of an intensive course of German. Oh, I have. Okay. Yes. I took a week at the same school I taught at, except I was a student. So I was not a teacher. I kept my same room, but I was not a teacher. And these people had to come in and teach me the same way I taught these students in Czech. So from 7 in the morning till 10 at night, they're yelling at me in German. And I made it like 3 days before I turned into a raging, pissed off person. Oh, I have. And I cussed. I stormed out.
Here's the thing, though.
I was like, no, I am not going to learn this way. This is stupid. And then the very next week, after I had my little breakdown and I left the school, I was like, I'm not learning German like this. I came back and was a teacher in the exact same spot and did the exact same thing.
But did it give you a different viewpoint on how you taught English to those same people? Or to those people in the school?
Yes, it did. But my teaching style didn't change because I'm not a yelly person, but I really felt like my German instructors were
here's
super
the thing.
yelly.
No, that's the thing. I don't think they were yelling at you. That's just what German sounds like. They could be saying, "Oh, you're doing so well," and it sounds like, "You're an idiot."
You know, I was like pointy and naughty, and I was like, I don't like that.
I don't know.
So that's not how I teach, but it did give me the perspective of the students.
German just...
And I did recognize how exhausted these poor students were. We literally, in the middle of the day, these are adults.
Yeah.
In the middle of the day, we would do a vocabulary session in which we laid them down on yoga mats and put headphones on with the vocabulary going, and then the LED light over their eyes to simulate REM. And the vocabulary was, I've told you this. And the vocabulary was like in their ears.
I don't think you've told me that part about simulating REM sleep.
Yeah. So we would put this on and they would, it would go through the vocabulary. And I will say, when I was in the German part and they put those headphones on me, my brain was like, donk, I'm done. I was not laying there listening to vocabulary actively.
I think Stranger Things came from your thing, and I think that's who you work for. You work for those weird, strange people that indoctrinated people and tried to weaponize them. Yes, it's a sleep study. Yes.
Anyway, okay, enough. I'm done.
Blake says his dad can order a beer and ask where the bathroom is in German.
I could do that in almost any language.
Where's the how do you say it in German? Where's the bathroom?
Ein Bier bitte. You just say a beer bitte, please.
I just asked you, how do you say to the bathroom? And you said, eine Bier bitte. Well, yeah, that does eventually will lead to the bathroom.
You don't even need to see, but the thing about languages, is I've been in multiple countries in Europe. And this happens, even Aiden said, how did you understand what they were saying? Somewhere at the airport or something. I feel speaking a language is, it's communication is verbal and visual.
Yeah.
And so I can go in the Czech Republic and go, bitte, I gotta pee. And they will be like, oh yeah, down the hall. Like, you can mime it.
Yeah.
So languages...
You say bitte, though, that might throw them off.
Bitte, please.
In Czech?
Yeah, they'll get it. They speak enough German. They do. They were all taught German.
Okay.
At least the older generation.
I get that, yeah. I mean, there's...
It would be.
In Korea, English is one of the main languages that they...
Right. I mean, I feel
Chinese... And they have other language
Toiletten.
institutes for it, but... Toiletten, I know, that's German. Hwajangshil.
Oh, that's it.
Hwajangshil is bathroom in Korean. Hwajangshil. Hwajangshil 어디에 있어?
Please, bathroom.
어디 있어요? 어디 있어요? Yeah. 화장실 어디 있어요? Where's the bathroom? Yeah. See?
Yeah,
I just thought about that.
A lot of times in Czech, I didn't speak a lot of Czech, but in Czech I would just, do one or two words and then kind of contextually get the rest of the sentences.
In Europe, just say toilet.
Yep.
And you'll get to the right place.
Or WC.
WC. Or if you just start doing your business in the street, somebody will come stop.
Or just look like you're doing the dance. That'll work. That'll help you. Do the pee-pee dance. I'm telling you.
Do the pee-pee dance. The pee-pee dance does span
That's international.
generations. And, yeah. How was the board game night last week with Jessie having to host by herself? I did see that question earlier. We just got caught on something else.
Yeah, sorry about that.
We're coming back to it. So.
I felt we did great, but the football game was canceled, so Sam actually ended up being there for most of the time. So.
Yeah. And reports were that Jessie was not doing too great.
That being said, I was fine. I had everything set up. And then they wanted to play Flamecraft, which I have played a couple of times, but I hadn't taught.
Yeah.
And so, and I hadn't set up by myself.
Right.
So I was trying to set up Flamecraft, and I was like, okay, just like, give me a second. And Daphne and Dante and Nicole and Emily, like, they're all sitting there looking at me. Like, okay, we're ready to learn. Let's go.
That can be super jarring.
And I went, I don't know what to do. Like, hey, I don't know how to do this. Just give me a second. And I thought I was okay, but Daphne and Dante know me and know my signals. And they said, hey, Mom, we're going to go play Tiny Towns for a minute while you finish setting up Flamecraft.
No, we're going to go play the other one. The
new one, Junk Drawer.
Junk Drawer.
They went and that was a new game. By the way, that was so much fun.
Yeah, that game came in last Saturday.
And we
on
played
Saturday, it probably got played 10 times.
Yes! That was so much fun.
Yeah.
So they said, we're going to go play Junk Drawer while you set up Flamecraft. And I was like, oh, no, let me... Oh, yeah, actually. Okay.
Yeah, do that.
And then I set up Flamecraft, and then when they were done with Junk Drawer, I was like, okay, let's play. And then I was ready to teach. Yeah. But the whole setting up and teaching at the same nanosecond, I couldn't do it right then. And great people coming in the door. Yep. And make sure that I was being a good hostess. And
yeah, Brian was there, but, you know, the way it works usually is that either people will come in and they'll just start their own game.
Right.
Or people will come in and either Brian and I will start up a game with them. Mm-hmm. Usually not both of us because we want to have another person free in case another group of people come in.
Right.
And Jessie is usually
and the flip around the butterfly,
handling the food, being the hostess, and joining a game.
I'm happy to join a game.
Yeah, but having her teach a game and do all that was
a little much.
That was too much, and it's a lot for anybody. It's not just her. Yeah. But that's the way it is. Yeah, too bad for Aiden, but awesome for Board Game Night and Jessie. Yeah, Aiden was super bummed about it.
Super bummed. But the Board Game Night after that was a super success.
Yeah, everything was very good. I think we had our average, around 25 people show up. The cracked chicken was awesome, and all of the other. Somebody brought in the carrot cake
cookies,
sandwich cookies.
Oh, that was pretty.
It had the
cream cheesy,
the cream cheese filling in the middle with
two carrot cake little slices.
Oh my goodness! There's a new definition of heaven.
That was pretty good.
That was so good. I
don't even say it. I'm going to give you the face.
Only had 2 that day. But then she brought them home.
Yeah, they all disappeared somehow.
There are 3 teenagers in the house.
All right. I don't think they would eat the word carrot. Carrot. It has carrot in it.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right, valid.
All right, so what are we doing on the channel? We have JT and I just recorded last night yesterday afternoon our next installment for the top 100s. So we are up to 71 now. I think we did 80 to 71 yesterday, so I'll be getting that up next Wednesday. We played Tenpenny Parks live yesterday.
So fun.
So if you didn't check that out, go check that out. It's
I'll give you a spoiler. I lost.
Yeah, I lost too.
But I had a great time.
We got soundly defeated by JT. He is just a good gamer.
He's a really good gamer.
He groks mechanisms.
When I play with him, I learn.
Yeah.
Like, you're like,
He is definitely a different personality than Jason, but his level of play and how he can play is definitely Jason level. So, yeah, that's definitely what happens. You get into, you can see a lot of different things that you may not have seen by yourself if you're playing a game with JT.
I do. When I play with JT, I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. I'll think of that next time. Oh, that's a good idea.
I had a friend in Korea. I'm reading the next. Blake says, "Who doesn't like carrots? Never met someone who didn't eat carrots." Here's the thing. I knew a lady in Korea that instead of feeding her kids baby food, she bought vegetables and pureed them and fed her kids pureed vegetables for their food, and which is fine, all great. But carrots were the cheapest. So she fed them pureed carrots more often than other things. So much so that her kids' skin started to change color.
So terrible.
To orange. And she couldn't figure out why. Until she took them to the doctor, and the doctor said, well, what are you feeding them? She said, well, I feed them pureed carrots a lot. Not all, but a lot. That's why. Cut that back. She didn't say stop feeding them carrots.
Right.
But cut it back.
That is funny.
And then their skin color went back to normal. But I just thought that was... I would have never thought
that much
my skin color can change based on what I eat. I never thought that, but that's what happened. I love carrots, by the way. I think they're great. I don't eat them very often, but I do like them. Maybe because I like them dipped in ranch dressing.
Probably.
That negates a lot of the healthiness, but I still like them. And candied carrots. Oh my goodness!
So good.
So good. Steamed carrots are also very good with some salt. I just like carrots.
I do too.
Let's see here.
Okay, so what else is going on the channel?
JT versus Jason would be a fun game to watch.
Oh, that would be great.
This can happen because I know they're going to be on the cruise, and that might have to be a thing. A 2-player game, JT versus Jason.
Oh, I would love to see that.
And I'll record it.
Yes.
Maybe that will happen. I will check that out. Not a big fan of carrots, Jana says, but in carrot cake, yes, please. Carrot cake is probably it's my second favorite cake.
It is.
German chocolate is my favorite, with the coconutty, what do you call it? Icing. Love it. That's my favorite cake. Carrot cake is a very, 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 very close second. The cream cheese icing is amazing. I love it.
Well, and then on the channel, going back to that, we have more reviews to do, and then you're leaving next week.
Yes.
For Grand Con.
Yes.
So there's
Grand
a
Con.
lot.
That is in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I talked to Brian Lenz yesterday, and I told him what he said. Hey, have you been talking about coming to Grand Con? I was like, yeah, we just mentioned it on the live Q&A last week, and I brain farted and couldn't remember where it was. And I said, well, Jesse was like, I think it's in Grand Rapids. I mean, it's named Grand Con, so I was like, yeah, it's in Grand Rapids. It's definitely in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Grand Con is what we're doing. I'm going to be leaving here Wednesday night to stay in a hotel because my flight leaves at 5:55 in the morning on Thursday next week.
Don't let him make a face.
No, see, that's the thing. 5:55, I'm already just going to be, who cares, whatever, just get through it. That's one thing. Traveling, I can get up early because you have to get up and travel. But when I'm at home, 5:55 is like, please don't make me do this. And I will say this, I didn't buy my ticket. They bought my ticket for me, so I'm like, whatever. They have to try to get the cheapest tickets, and those morning flights are cheaper than something that's leaving at a
10 a.m.
reasonable hour. So it's, it's just the way it is.
So you leave on Wednesday, and you're in Grand Con Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Well, I'll be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's awesome.
I'll get there Thursday afternoon, and there's probably going to be some open gaming there. And I think he said there's going to be open gaming in the lobby of the hotel, but not in the convention center.
Okay.
Because that doesn't open until the following morning, Friday morning. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is Grand Con, and I'll be there. There's going to be 5 different events that I'm going to be going to.
Awesome. There
are 2 Crit Happens, which are basically D&D comedy skits, improv comedy skits, that I'm going to be part of, which I didn't know. I thought he just wanted me to go to it.
No, you're going to be in it.
But I'm going to actually be in those.
That's amazing.
So those are 2 things that are going to happen. Then there's going to be 3 panels. One is, 2 of them I'm going to be emceeing. There's going to be a panel of publishers.
Oh, that's cool.
And so I'm going to be emceeing that, and then I'm going to be emceeing another one, panel of designers, and then I'm going to be part of a content creators panel that's led by Our Family Plays Games. Our Family Plays Games.
Super fun.
So there's a lot of things that are going on. I also found out yesterday that we're going to be doing, myself and another dude are going to be putting together kind of a video of they're going to interview 4 people. The Our Family Plays Games people, Travis Chance, Luke Philippak from Love Thy Nerd, and a 4th one that he didn't give me that name, but because Brian couldn't think of the name. So there's going to be 4 people, and those are going to be kind of more intensive interviews, and then we're going to be doing like kind of litmus test type interviews from people that are attending the con. Hey, what are you doing? You know, that
what
kind
do you
of
like?
stuff.
What are you doing?
So we're going to be going around doing those kinds of things.
That's so fun, honey.
So it's going to be pretty good. And while I'm not doing those things, I'm just going to be playing games.
That sounds awesome.
So
if you're in Michigan this weekend,
you're in Grand Rapids, if you're at Grand Con next weekend, because this is this weekend. Yeah, we have this discussion
all the time. But this weekend is already in existence.
Right,
so
it's
the next weekend.
No, this weekend is what we are going. This is present. Next is future.
But the weekends start on Monday, so this weekend is this coming week.
Nope. Because you added in the word coming, which throws in, if you said
this weekend.
No, this coming, if you would have just said this coming weekend, that would have been fine.
Okay, in my world, it's already happening because I'm already worried about what I'm going to do while he's gone.
Well,
so
is
it's
true.
This weekend.
Yeah.
Not today, not tomorrow, but this weekend.
No, this weekend is present. If I said, hey, we're going to be doing something this weekend, you would think next week?
I think I would. Because you wouldn't tell me a day before we're doing it tomorrow. You would say I'm doing it tomorrow.
What if I did?
Because you'd say tomorrow.
I would say tomorrow.
You wouldn't say this
Which
weekend.
is why this weekend doesn't make sense. If you are going to use this...
No, you would say today or tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to do this.
Okay, so what do you call today and tomorrow? What do you call today and tomorrow? No, today and tomorrow, if you don't want to use 3 words... and you only need to use 2 words, what would you say? You would say
I would probably say this weekend. But I also mean this weekend is the coming weekend.
You would be wrong.
I'm always wrong.
No, you're not always wrong. But Gaming with ADHD, Brian says Jessie is wrong. This weekend is today, tomorrow. Solidarity, my young man.
You know nothing. Because this weekend, we've already got plans.
Tense is important.
Tense is important.
So this is present tense.
Yes. But the weeks start on Monday. So this weekend.
Yes! Yes! The week starts on Monday.
But if I'm talking of future...
Technically, the week starts on Sunday. And
yes,
Saturday is the actual end
So
of
then,
the week.
if that's the case, there is actually no weekend. If the week actually starts biblically on Sunday,
well, again,
there is no weekend.
According to our calendar, the first day of the week is Sunday. Has nothing to do with Bible
Weekends.
or anything like that.
Anyway.
We don't want to get into all
There's
that.
no weekend. Anyway.
The Jewish calendar is completely different from the Roman calendar that we use.
Yes, it is.
So, here's the thing.
Okay, fine. He leaves on Wednesday of this week.
No! That would have been 2 days ago.
That would have been last week.
No! We are still in the same week!
But Wednesday is past.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway.
We are still in the week. We are still in the same week as the Wednesday that you're
Friday
talking
happened,
about.
but that week is gone.
Next week is what you would not say. You say Wednesday next week.
Next week implies that I have more time.
You do.
No, I don't. It's this
Wednesday this week means that you are 3 days late.
No. I would have said Wednesday. I would have said this past Wednesday. I tell you.
It's weird. This weekend would be appropriate if it was not Saturday, Sunday. Correct! If we were on Friday.
I would say this weekend. Yes!
Yes! Because it's this week's weekend.
Yes. But now we're in the weekend, so this week is the...
No! You're still replying to present. You're still...
We have today and tomorrow.
We will not finish this conversation on this.
All right, what else do we have going up on your board game channel? We have some...
Okay, so I have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to record videos. I've already recorded a top 100.
I know what we have. I have to get something.
Okay. What is going on?
We have to get the guy.
Oh, yeah.
We do have that.
Yep. So we have, I have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to record stuff for those 3 days, and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Yes. Well, we aren't going to name him yet, but
no,
we
but
do
this
have
week
him.
that is going to happen.
Yeah, this week we are going to be stopping the naming of this, and then when we get back, when I get back, the following week, we'll record a video where we actually reveal our mascot's name.
I think we should record.
I've got a top contender. No, because I can't record because I don't leave until
Wednesday night.
the 31st. Right.
But it is open till the 31st.
It's open until the 31st, so I got to wait until we get back. Anyway, our mascot will be named. There is a seriously strong contender already, but you still have time to beat them out. What we're going to do is we're naming our little Sasquatch here, our little Bigfoot, and we're going to have it open until August 31st, which is next Wednesday. Not this Wednesday. Next Wednesday. This is going to be so fun. And we'll pick. We've got a lot of
great name. Good choices.
We've got a lot of good choices, but there is one very strong contender.
But they can still email in to.
They can still email into flipsideobg@gmail.com, flipsideobg@gmail.com, and you can put in as many names as you want. You'll only get only 3 people are going to win though. So if you send in a whole bunch of names in one email,
that's still fine.
That raises your likelihood of getting in. But sending in a whole bunch of emails doesn't help you at all because I'm just going to pick a name. I'm not going to look at how many people, how many emails got sent in or anything like that. So there's going to be one grand prize winner, which will get a box of stuff that Jesse and I will put together. And it's going to have some PNW type stuff in it, pop culture stuff in it, and some board game stuff in it. And then we'll also have 2 runners-ups.
That also get a little box.
That will also get a smaller box.
Of stuff.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing that. You don't have to pay for shipping or anything like that. We're going to take care of all that. But
nope.
We'll get those out, and we'll announce
that. You just have to submit your names.
We'll announce that a week after this coming week. The following week. So next week, and then the week following. The week following is when we'll announce it. Because we'll get it. We'll get it done.
When Sam comes back.
Yes. I'm coming back home on the 3rd.
Which I would say would be next week. Because this week is gone.
It is not. So there you have it.
Cool. Can't wait.
It's weekends. There's 2 ends. There's 2 ends, the start and the finish. Hence why Sunday starts the week and Saturday ends the week. Therefore, week ends.
It's like...
Okay. Brian says, I'm not awake enough for this conversation. I'm so behind on recording. I need to get stuff in the can so I can go to England for 2 weeks.
Ooh.
Oh, you're going to England for 2 weeks? I'm jelly. Dave! Send. I don't understand. Box of stuff always the best. Yep, box of stuff is cool. Care packages is what we call them.
I'm pretty good at them too.
Yep, so, she's pretty good. I'm not too shabby either. I usually just throw everything in the kitchen sink and those things. So usually there's a lot of goodies, and then sometimes there's some. I can get rid of that stuff. So we'll see.
We'll see, but email them in, and we'll see.
Okay, so that's coming up. I'm going to do another Why Is It There episode next week. I will say this. There have been 2 reviews that I've said that I was going to do from July that I haven't got to yet. One is Lincoln.
We need to play that.
One is Lincoln. We just haven't played it yet. I have refreshed myself on the rules, so I'm savvy on how to do it. We just haven't had the time to do it.
But we'll do that
We
tomorrow.
did play, what is that game called? The Sarah J. Maas.
Embers of Memory.
Embers of Memory. We played that yesterday.
Yes. So
we played through the prologue and the chapter 1, and so we're savvy on that. I want to play through more chapters, but that's coming up soon as well. Not too shabby of an experience so far.
Yeah. Except for the I hear you.
Oh my gosh.
I am here with you.
We'll save that. She's actually going to be doing that review with me.
I am.
Because she's read the books. I haven't. It's a 900-page book. I'm not going to read that book before I do the review. Sorry, I'm just not that dedicated to reading that book. I'm dedicated to doing a review of the game. But she's read the book. She actually started rereading
a different
the wrong
Sarah
book.
J. Maas book.
But there you go. 25th anniversary trip. Ooh. He's going to England. Congrats, man. So where are you going to England? We'll wait for that reply. Ends don't necessarily mean finish. This is correct.
It's true.
Like you say, you have a pathway, it would have 2 ends, correct? Or you have 2 bookends.
Yeah,
One's the
bookends,
beginning and one's the... Yeah, so I get it.
I like that.
Jesse, how do you manage for weeks without your glasses? Don't you get Sith temporary? Don't you get Sith temporary? Sight temporary? I don't know what
it's making me
SCH
crazy without my glasses.
It's making me crazy.
I've had a mild headache for 3 weeks.
Yeah, it sucks. She does have glasses coming though. She had her appointment 2 days ago, Thursday.
Yeah, something like that. So 10 days in theory. 10 days.
Yeah,
10
and
days
it usually doesn't take the whole time.
I know. So I'm really, really
mine came in pretty quick.
I'm mild headachy for the past 3 weeks. Slightly more grumpy.
Oh, something. Okay. Don't you get something temporary?
I don't there's nothing I can do temporary.
Well,
I do bring out my granny reading glasses for the smaller print, but it's just it's all good. It's all good. They're coming soon. And I am anticipating it so much so that I was actually thinking, maybe that's cute. This time, maybe I take my prescription and go to Costco and get a backup pair for $40 so that I have just in case.
Something.
Because I don't like, I don't like it. The other day, we were driving to church and there was a guy in front of us. And I was like, oh my gosh. I didn't even get to say it out loud because he turned at the right time. But I thought the guy in front of us had huge dwarf ears, like troll ears. I thought he had literally boom, 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 floppy ears.
And Sam's like, hat.
It was a hat.
It was just a floppy hat. That's all it was.
Oh. I seriously thought he had like literally troll ears. And I was so excited. I was like, Sam, look! Oh, no, it was a hat. And then Sam said, yeah, you really need your glasses.
All right, so Brian said he's going to spend a week in London with a day trip to Nottingham for Romantic Games of Warhammer World.
That's
You
cool.
are going to love Warhammer World.
You love it.
Then there's a week Disney cruise to England and Ireland. Then a day in Bath, the Bovington Tank Museum, then home.
Oh, that sounds glorious.
It sounds like a super fun trip. Super fun. Enjoy.
That's amazing. That is super, super, super amazing. That sounds awesome.
Blake says he would not be able to function without his glasses.
Yeah, my prescription isn't so
She's
strong.
farsighted, right?
I don't know what those mean. I just know that I can't see.
You can see better farther away than you can up close.
I don't know. All I know is that the doctor says I need glasses and I wear them and I feel better.
So when she's trying to read something up close, she struggles a lot. But things like driving, she can do that well enough.
Yeah.
But when she's trying to read stuff, it gets really difficult.
Yeah.
So I guess that's farsighted.
I don't know.
Nearsighted is where you can read things up close well, but you have trouble focusing on things far away, which is worse, I think, for driving.
Right. It's a mild prescription, so it's not so terrible. but I have become reliant on them.
Yeah. We just Jana just said, so weird it takes so long for glasses. That's not the case here, but you can still drive. Well, we do kind of live in a sequestered part of the state.
Yeah.
Anything that comes into here has to be brought in
From Seattle.
from Seattle or Spokane. So we are kind of in the middle of nowhere, geographically speaking.
I don't know.
But so it does take a little bit longer for things to get here.
And it took us forever to get the appointment too. So
yeah, that's what really takes the longest part is getting an appointment. Any kind of doctor appointment right now. It's like, okay, well, maybe we can get you in 3 months from now, and then we'll put you on a list of cancellations that's already 3 miles long, you know. So, but our eyeglasses place is actually pretty good because they do have cancellations often, and they're a smaller shop, so the list of cancellation list isn't that long. That's how I got mine in so quick. Is that I made an appointment and they said it's 3 weeks out, and then they gave me a call 2 days later and said, "Hey, can you come in?" Yes.
I told them the same thing, but nothing happened. But it's okay.
I have an astigmatism, Blake says. Yeah.
Well, then you would definitely need the glasses to correct. You can't see.
Yep. So, all right. That's pretty much what's coming up. Next week, I'm not so sure. I know that the Top 100 is going to be, the segment is going to be on Wednesday. I will get the Why Is It There video up on Monday as usual. Tuesday and Thursday, I am hoping that I'll be able to get a couple of reviews done for Tuesday and Thursday. So be ready for that. There will not be a live on Friday or Saturday next week, though.
Because Sam will be gone.
Because I'll be gone. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get videos for those 2 days. But I'll be doing probably shorts while I'm out and about at Grand Con. So I'll be covering Grand Con and doing some shorts and maybe recording some video footage while I'm there, and we'll put those back together when I get back. But we'll be doing that. I do have some footage. I just remembered yesterday that I have some footage that my buddy shot of him walking around the Gen Con halls.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe I'll grab that stuff, and maybe I'll put those things up on Friday and Saturday. So, but that's what we have going forward. Now, we're going to be doing a couple of unboxings. We do have a little bit of time before we need to head out and get Aiden to his...
drive to Spokane. 3 hours.
Before our drive to Spokane. His game is at 3 o'clock. We have to have him there at 2. And so we have to leave here by 10:30 at the latest. So we have a little bit of time to... So I never understand... Okay, so what kind of shorts? Jean shorts, khaki shorts. I usually prefer cargo shorts, which can be... which are often khaki-ish, but khaki is a color, it's not a style. So I have used khaki cargo shorts a lot in my past. Now, because I've lost a lot of weight, I'm able to actually go and
buy shorts
at Costco. I don't have to spend $50 on one pair of shorts. I can spend $50 and get 4 pairs of shorts. So that has changed my buying habits. And I will say, though, that I have some spider shorts that I really like how light they are. They're super short. I feel like male version of Daisy Duke every time I wear them.
They look good.
I don't know about that. But I'm able to wear them, which is cool.
That is amazing.
Because they were what?
2 for $10?
2 for $10, yeah, something like that. So they were super cheap.
2 for $10.
I will take it. And I'm sorry, people that see me walking around are just going to have to deal with...
It's not that
the
bad.
male version of Daisy Dukes. They're not
Daisy Dukes. They don't even come up to his mid-thigh.
When I'm sitting down, I'm like, dang gum, what in the world? I need a vice grip to pull these things out. What is going on? That's what I feel like. So it's like... So anyway, but I still wear them. I just have to do the teenager pull my shorts down so that nobody can say anything. But Brian says cargo shorts. She wears jean shorts.
Mine are always jean shorts.
Yeah, not always, but because you've bought some of the.
I do. I bought some of the 32 degrees cool ones for those really nice. Really hot days.
She bought me 2 pair of those as well.
Really I don't like the way they look on me, but they are really nice for when it's 100 degrees.
Really nice. Really nice. She looks
good.
But
I prefer jean shorts. That's what I'm wearing today.
Brian says, so I never understand top 100 of all time lists when new games are still coming out. What if something better releases? Well, that's why you have to redo your top 100 every once in a while, because it is a fluid list.
Right.
This is like the 4th time I think I've done mine.
But, I mean, you added games that we've bought since you and I have been there that have been on your list.
Some games fall out.
I'm still surprised that Illiterati makes your list.
Shh. Spoilers?
No, that was on the week before.
It was not. It was on the one that we just recorded last night.
No, it was not. I swear to you.
Since she already spoiled it, we're going all the way down the list here.
No, that was
on the one we just recorded last night.
Well, then never mind.
That's why we can't have nice things.
Okay, whatever.
Spoilerific. She heard us talking about it last night.
I did. I was in here and I was like, wow, really? But there's games that we have bought since I've known him that have actually made his list. So that's why it is important to do a new top 100, as things are fluid.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're definitely fluid. It's, there's always things that can be... last night's episode that we will not spoil...
I know nothing else. I literally
has a pretty big bomb in it of on my list. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything else, and you can't say anything. Illiterati was not the bomb. It made the list though. But anyway, shh. 3-hour drive for a match. Wow, that's crazy. It doesn't take that long to drive across Belgium.
No, it does not. No, we're driving across Washington State. 3 hours.
It takes 2 days to drive across Texas.
Yeah.
From El Paso to Houston, taking that route through I-10 takes 2 days. I mean, I'm sure 2 days of driving, you can get across it in 10 to 12 hours, I think. But that's 2 days of driving for me. Anyway, Vanessa's here. Hello, everyone. Just stopping in to say hey. Jury, just disregard what was just said. I don't wear... Huh. Interesting. Okay, so he says, don't wear shorts, not a shorts person. Then he says, just disregard what was just said. So he's probably wearing shorts right now.
I can't see it, so it doesn't... I don't know. Either way.
I don't know. All right. So that's what's coming up next week. So hopefully that will be an enjoyable experience. We do have a lot of cool... we played Wandering Towers a couple days ago, 2-player. She really enjoyed that. I have got our first preview coming up next week. So be on the lookout for that one. It was a paid preview, but it's of a...
Just wait till you get there.
Yeah, we'll wait till we get there. We'll get there. But
we do have more stuff coming up, so...
Oh, there was a list. Oh. I don't... I don't see... No, for the disregard part, I was making a joke. Oh. He was making a joke about the...
Yeah, just ignore that
spoiling your list. Like when they tell a jury to disregard... Okay, now I get it.
Got it.
Jury, disregard what you just heard. You can't do that.
Right. Please strike that from the record. You're like, but I already heard it.
That thing that you heard, you have to act like you didn't hear it now.
But I heard it.
Yeah, I know it. It went in there. It's stuck.
Please disregard that.
You can't do that.
It's there.
So, anyway, That's true. That's funny. That is. I'm sorry. I messed up your joke, Blake. My apologies. But anyway, we've got Wandering Towers is on the near future. We're gonna be unboxing some things here in a few seconds that will be coming out for
soon
review pretty soon. I did Hexaquest and Green Team Wins. Those are 2 party games that I reviewed this week. Lower numbers as far as that's concerned, but that's coming out. Blazin' is another one that I got to get to the table. I've read the rules for it, but I need to reread them now. Dawn of Ulos is going to be coming up here pretty soon.
Oh yeah, JT was asking about that.
So
we got a lot coming up.
Irish Gauge, we're gonna get that to the table here pretty quick because I want to do a series of videos on Irish Gauge, Ride the Rails, and Iberian Gauge.
Cool.
Because they're all part of the same series from Capstone. So
I know one was
looking
up
for that. Yep.
So
Old Tree is going to be getting to the table here pretty soon as well. So there's a lot of cool stuff coming up. We just have to get it done. So let's go ahead and get to some unboxings. Just take the top box first. These are games that I just haven't broke the cellophane on yet. So, and they are all in the same series.
Do you want to lay them
on Unmatched series? No, not yet. We're going to do one at a time. So we're going to open these here on this live stream. These are ones that I purchased at Gen Con. So these are just ones that we're going to be looking at. And so trusty grapefruit knife. And we'll put that on as well. So grapefruit knife. Blah, blah, blah. It's going to be right there. And let's see how simple that is. That's why I do it. Okay, now this has... Wow. Okay, this looks like it has an interesting mechanism. That looks like it's probably Electra's deck, though. But I don't know. We'll see. So this one has this one's called Hell's Kitchen. So it's got Daredevil, Electra, and Bullseye in it. So cool beans. Looking forward to that. And see you later, Blake. Take care. He has to go get ready for work. So that's cool. So Hell's Kitchen. And it looks like we've got all of this is Bullseye's health meter. Electra's health meter. That's cool. And Electra Resurrected. What? Well, that just popped out real simple, so we'll go ahead and continue doing that. Then Daredevils. That's cool. Nito Frito.
I like it. I know this is kind of a weird thing, but after you pop out the cardboard and there's still art on the cutout, that to me says that there's a lot of back in here. There's a lot of backstory. There's a lot, like they put a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Because it could just be pretty plain Jane cutouts.
Yep.
But including the art on something that you know is going to be thrown away is
seems
really
like a waste.
It does seem like a waste, but it means that they put that extra effort in, to me.
Sure, I get that. But maybe we can, cut it out and use it or something. I don't know. I'm not going to.
Well, you and I would hate it if it looked like this. Like, it would be like...
Well, I mean, there's just a lot of...
But I like the fact that there's art.
Here's one side of the board. That's Hell's Kitchen. So that's one side. And the other side is this way. So it looks like... Okay, this is the... colorblind one. Yeah, because it has the texture on it. And then this is the non-colorblind one that just has the rings around it for the line of sight. So here are the different minis, and we'll do a close-up shot of these things so that with the food, so that you guys can see that. Boom, boom, boom. Here, gotta do this though, and boom. So here you go. Here is the miniatures for each. So you've got Bullseye. Looks like he's throwing some cards there, but pretty good detail. I like how these are all kind of have that ink applied to them, so you can really see the different details of the minis. Oh, crud. Here is Electra. See if I can get that. The base even has a good texture, which is pretty cool. She has a sigh on the ground too. That's weird. Why did she drop a sigh? But there's Elektra, and then Daredevil. So again, just really cool detail. Kind of a strange pose, but not bad. Not bad at all. So that's that. As far as that's concerned, let me go back to our bigger screen and continue on. So these are just the little things that come in there. These are the decks. I'm not going to go through all of this because we do have a lot of more cards. So each character has their own deck. Wow, I really like the way that looks. But each character has their own deck, and it looks like, I don't know, that she probably has an interesting mechanism with her resurrection. But that's pretty neato. I like it. I like it a lot. So that's what's going on here. Each person has their own dial. So, oh, okay. So this is going to go on like this, and you've got, okay, I got it, I think. So she has two sides. This is her regular side, I guess. And she has that many. And then you turn it over when she's resurrected, and she's got that many. That's what it looks like. That looks interesting.
That's cool.
So Bullseye and Daredevil, they all have their own. And then these are going to have to be stuffed in there somewhere, I think. Right here will work. Anyway, that is the Hell's Kitchen box. Go ahead and bring the next one up. Next is Redemption Row. Redemption Row. This has Ghost Rider, Luke Cage, and Moon Knight. So Moon Knight came to the forefront with its Disney Plus.
Oh, I liked that show.
Yeah, Moon Knight was good.
I liked it a lot.
So that's Redemption Row.
Ouch.
Come on, you can do it. Yes. So Redemption Row, there we go, and all of the different. Oh wow, okay. Misty Knight is Luke Cage's sidekick. And you have Luke Cage in here as well. Then Moon Knight. Oh, I like his style.
Oh, that's cool.
I like that. And then Ghost Rider's dial. That's awesome.
Oh, that's really neat.
Then he has all of these. Oh, I'm interested to see what these are. Those are neat. And then you have Ghost Rider's actual dial as well. It'll pop on there like that. Neato Frito. So these all popped out really good. Really nice and easy. And here is the
Oh, that's a neat one.
the raft. So
I like the helicopter.
yeah.
I always like the added details that
Yeah,
these
the
have in.
little Easter
and
egg
the
type
Unmatched,
stuff.
how they have, like the helicopter, the buses. That's not a bus, but a building.
Yeah.
Don't have my glasses.
Wow, your glasses are really.
I was saying I
here's
like the
side that-
extra detail,
Yes.
whether I can see it or not.
Here's the
is
other side of it.
irrelevant.
All right. Oh man! Wow.
Wow.
Moon
That's
Knight.
Cool.
Dude.
What?
Yes. And yes. And Luke Cage.
Oh my gosh.
That is super awesome. Got to show these. These are super nice. All right. So do that and make sure that's on there. All right. So here's Moon Knight.
That is so neat.
That's just a cool pose. That cape taking the form those two half moons, it looks like. You know, kind of. That's really neat. It's really cool. Let's get it blurry. There we go. Show you the detail there. Just nice. I love that miniature. But even better than that, in my opinion, is Ghost Rider. That's just really cool. Oh, dang it.
Send a quick message to the kids to remind them to be ready by 10.
Yeah, do that.
Sorry.
That's just an amazing... That's an amazing mini. I like that. And then Luke Cage is just muscular dude, but ready to put a pounding on somebody. It's cool detail on the base as well. That's really neat. Nice. I like him. I like them a lot. That looks really cool. So that's that. We'll come back to our regular scene here. And we've got Luke Cage's sidekick there. Nothing else really going on here, but these little guys, I'm interested to see what they do. Mm-hmm. Because this looks like it's going to be a...
I haven't played all of the Unmatched that we have. But every time we do play an Unmatched, if they have little pieces, it's like a game changer. Like any one of them that has these extras, you're like, well, that's cool. When there's that.
Absolutely.
So I'm curious to see what those are.
Down here with that and this. There's Luke Cage, and then...
Yeah, that Ghost Rider one is really neat.
Yep. Super like them. So that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That goes there. Next box might be the one that you're waiting for. This is the one that everybody has been... everybody was super looking forward to it. Let's read some comments that are coming on around here. Bullseye is my favorite, Mark says. Jenna Heisman says, could you recommend a set to start with for Unmatched for someone who doesn't care about Marvel, just wants a good game and introduction to the system? Actually, the one that we've played that we really, really enjoyed was the... Dadgummit, it's up there somewhere. It's right there. It's Houdini versus...
the Genie.
Yeah, Houdini versus the Genie. That was a really good one. No, not that one. The small one. That's not Houdini versus the Genie. Right there, underneath those, yes. This set right here, Houdini versus the Genie, I'll put it up here for a second. This set right here is probably the most fun that we've had with the system.
Oh yeah, I liked that.
And it's a very... I don't know how to put it other than the fact that it worked really well.
It was really
And
neat.
the miniatures are really good in it as well. If you can see in the bottom, I don't want to open it up, but the miniatures are also really cool. The Genie's miniature and Houdini's miniature both are really cool. So this is a good two-player set that worked really well. So that's what I would probably recommend for the system itself, especially if you don't care about Marvel.
Right, to start with that was fun.
So there's that. There's a little promo pack. Go back to 2. Here's a little promo pack that came with. You got that for free if you bought it. Again, I purchased all of these, so these were not review copies. And this one is Brains and Brawn. So it's got Spidey, She-Hulk, and Doctor Strange in it. So that's pretty cool. So you can also get Teen Spirit, which is another Marvel one that has Squirrel Girl, Cloak and Dagger, and then Miss Marvel. I didn't pick that one up. Just not really interested in those characters. But you have... Wow, I like Spidey's dial. That looks cool.
Yeah.
Spidey's dial. And then Doctor Strange's tile. Doctor Strange, of course, has Wong as a sidekick. So that's pretty cool. I would have liked a more red and blue hue.
Well, you have Spidey with red and blue.
Yeah, I know. I got that. So, I get it. She-Hulk was also pretty cool. Wow, look at the health that she has. Good night. She's got 20 health. But I like the balance, the weights, to pull out the fact that she's a lawyer. I like that. Oh, that's
so cool.
That's her as Lady Justice. That's freaking cool. Now, see, I want to save this just for that artwork. That's really cool.
That is really cool.
I like it.
Yeah, that's cool.
She-Hulk as Lady Justice. That's amazing. So this is the Sanctum Sanctorum. Say that 5 times fast.
Nope.
This is the colorblind one, and this is the other one. The other side just has the rings around it. So that's pretty cool. Huh. Really interestingly enough, this background here is textured. This background here is textured. This background here is textured, and this one is too. So the background, not just the rings, has the texture to it. Did they use the same textures on them? No, they didn't. But that's kind of cool. Yeah. That's kind of cool. I like that. So that's the Sanctum Sanctorum.
No, I want to see this one.
Yep.
I can't get it out with my stupid fingers. Stupid hand. Oh my gosh. That is so cool.
Yeah.
No, now I want to see. I know you're going to zoom in for everyone else, but I haven't seen him yet.
Yep. Hey, Kabuki's here. Very cool. Mark Cote, any box you have a bit of interest in the characters, the system is super easy to handle. Yeah. Yep, that's correct.
Oh!
Cobble and Fog also is a good one. Cobble and Fog is good. Nick says, gaming with ADHD,
good.
I hate wasted space on punch boards. I like an 8x10 board for 6 1-inch square tokens. It doesn't happen that often, but but enough that I notice it. Gaming with ADHD also says, nice they added the wash. Too few companies do anything to bring out the detail in the minis. It's not great, but way better than the plain gray plastic. Absolutely, totally agree with that.
Dude, I thought I liked the She-Hulk the most, and then I saw the Spidey pose. That is amazing.
Yep. Kabuki's here, says, hey, Sam and Jessie, hola, chat getting late to the party. Love Unmatched. Good to have you here, Kabuki. Thanks for joining us. Jana says, I gotta go, but been fun to join. Have a great weekend, everybody. See you, Jana. See you. Have a good one. So here are the different, let me just go here again. Boom. And here are the different minis. There's Spidey. So he looks pretty cool with the webbing. Total athletic pose up in midair. So that's pretty neat. And then we have Doctor Strange. A lot of detail in this one. A lot of detail with the smoke and the clouds and the cloak and all of that kind of stuff.
It's so cool.
Oh, I'm not getting it focused. There we go. That's better. So a lot of really neat miniature there as well. So I like it. And then the She-Hulk throwing a Corinthian column. That's pretty neat. Good texture on the base.
Is it a Corinthian, Dorian, or an
Ionian?
Ionian. Which type of column is it?
I don't know. I just said Corinthian because I know it was a kind of column. I could be incorrect. It has to do with the tops and the bottoms, I think. The moldings that are on the tops and the bottoms.
Yeah, and like the shaping
of it.
something,
Yeah. But anyway, those are the 3 models that come
that
in
looks so cool.
brains and brawn. So
that is so cool.
That's pretty cool.
I like that so much.
Yeah. So that is that. And again, you've got Wong here. That's where he goes. And I really like that. I really like how they brought out her backstory of being a lawyer.
A lawyer, yeah, that's neat.
That's really cool. And Spidey. Oh, boom. So that is Brains and Brawn, and I think
there's one more.
Yeah, there is one more.
Open it or no?
Sure. This one I actually got for free, but it wasn't a review copy. They had a thing going on at Gen Con that if you bought 3, you got 1 for free.
Well,
so this is the one that I got for free.
Technically, if you're following the rules, it would still be as a paid game because
yeah, you get 1 for free. It's BOGO.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's BOGO. So this is the League of Legends, or the Battle of Legends Volume 2.
Which we just should.
Volume 1, we do have one that has Medusa, Sinbad, I can't remember King Arthur, and I can't remember what the 4th one is. But this one has Sun Wukong, Yenenga, Achilles, and Bloody Mary. Don't know who Yenenga is. I think Sun Wukong is this guy here. But let's find out.
Yes.
So I think Sun Wukong is the Monkey King. I think that's what he's been referred to as. But I could be wrong. So don't quote me on that. So here is the... Wow, they have this in a different order than the other boxes. But this is the Hanging Gardens. That's cool. And this is the colorblind side of it. And then the one with just the colored rings. I don't like... Well, this is you get +1 to attack if you're going from here to here or here to here. It looks like if you get +1 attack if you're going from here to here because the arrow points that direction. So that's interesting.
I actually like the other side. Can you flip over the other side?
Sure.
Because the background is... Oh yeah, that's a little easier.
Yeah. The background is pretty invasive on this board, and I think it's easier to see.
I think I agree.
This is actually easier to see on a whole than this side.
Right, this, because they're not colored in,
Yep.
made it harder for me to see them.
Yep.
Super cool.
But, yeah, I like it. All right, so...
No additional artwork.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's more. That might be something that they're doing just for Marvel.
Right.
But you have Achilles with his, and his side is Patroclus.
My brother-in-law wanted to name his son Achilles. Drew.
It's good that he didn't. That's all I'll say.
His wife was like, we are not naming him Achilles.
Yenenga is the archer, so that's pretty neat.
Kids could have had a cousin named Achilles.
Oh, I thought this was just a black background, but that's freaky. You actually can see eyeballs. So that's her looking at you.
Oh, that is freaky.
I'm going to put that down. I don't like that.
Bloody Mary.
It makes me... Shush. We don't have a mirror, so... And then this is the Monkey King, Sun Wukong. Sun Wukong, yeah. And so here we have the miniatures. Here is Achilles. And then Yenenga. And Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. And Bloody... Oh, that's freaky. Bloody Mary.
I don't know that I like it.
I don't like it.
Oh, look at all the hands. There's so many hands spilling out of the mirrors. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and 2 heads. Oh, I don't like it. 3 heads. I don't. It's actually scary.
All right, I'm going to show you Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. He's pretty cool. He's pretty cool.
I don't know the story of this guy. I need to read the story on these people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know Achilles, but at least. But Achilles has some pretty good detail. I like his.
No, I didn't even want you to show Bloody Mary. She's super scary.
Oh, I'm going to show it. I'm going to show it. So that's Achilles. And then Yanenga. Let's see. Let's get it focused. Here we go. There we go. Yanenga, the archer. That's cool. And
no,
then
don't. It's so scary.
And then Bloody Mary.
I don't know if you can see it. It's so spooky.
Yeah, that is pretty spooky. 1, 2. You said there were 3 heads? I didn't see.
There's one on the other side.
Oh, there's one on the other side. All the hands that are coming out of the arm.
It's scary.
That's Bloody Mary.
I don't know. I don't like. I get goosebumps. Look, I don't like it. She's scary.
So there they are. That's pretty neat. And the sides of the boxes also have artwork on them. So there's the Bloody Mary side of the box.
Wow.
And then Yanenga and Achilles on that side of the box as well. So that's pretty neat. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. So there's a lot of other stuff that's in here. Here's all of the different tokens. And 4 different decks in this one because there's 4 different characters. So
I don't know that I would ever play with Bloody Mary. She's terrifying. I'm like, I'm scared of you.
all of the boxes fit in there. Wukong goes there. I think Yanenga is here.
Yes.
And then you have Patroclus and Bloody Mary down there. So that is the Battle of Legends Volume 2.
Does it give the historical references like to the stories?
I don't know if it does or not.
Just says Achilles, the most lethal fighter who ever lived, when his brother-in-arms, I really need glasses. Patroclus fell in battle. Achilles became so enraged, the city of Troy fell by his hand.
Yep.
Bloody Mary, stand before the mirror, speak her name 3 times. She's right behind you.
Nope.
No, I'm just scared.
Cocksure and mischievous, his playful demeanor belies his otherworldly power. With a single hair from his body, he can transform into anything he desires, even clones of himself.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's the Monkey King.
Ah.
You've never seen him? Oh, man. The movie The Monkey King is really cool with Jackie Chan.
And then this one is a princess.
No, not Jackie Chan. Jet Li. Sorry.
Oh.
Jackie
Princess,
Chan is
commander,
also
and mother of the Mosi people. She was peerless with javelin, spear, and bow, leading her hardy warriors into battle with an unsurpassed authority.
Yep. Yanenga.
That's cool. That's
So that's
cool.
neato
Okay,
Frio.
that looks really interesting.
Yep.
Although I don't know that I would play with Bloody Mary because she was scary.
I would be interesting. I would be interested to see what her powers are.
Right, right.
That's
Ooh,
it's like she'll pop up right behind you. Wow.
I like it.
So
Okay.
that's pretty cool. All right, so it is 9:44.
We have to go.
We gotta get going here in a little bit, but we do have about 5 to 10 minutes to do our normal lightning round. So ask us a 2-part question. No, not a 2-part question.
No.
A question that possibly has 2 answers, 2 choices. So you have, peanut butter and jelly or peanut butter and Nutella. Which do you prefer? And then we'll have to pick one of those 2 or give you a more viable 3rd option as the correct answer. So that's what we'll do in the next few minutes. We'll be able to, we'll wait for a little bit to come back because it's going to take a little bit, 30 seconds for that transvance of communication to occur.
Those are some cool new characters on the Unmatched.
They are. All right, Kabuki's Kid says roll and writes or bingo style games. So bingo style games are things like that have a bingo type mechanism,
Right.
like Tiny Towns, where you have to flip over a card,
Oh, okay.
and everybody does that.
Okay.
Or a card is read and
Yeah,
one
right.
choice is done that everybody has to do. That's a bingo style game. Or roll and writes, which are things like, well, kind of like silver and gold, but that's a flip and write because you're flipping a card. So it's very similar. Usually a roll and write is you have dice and you roll them and then you have to do something with whatever the faces say. So which would you prefer?
I guess of those two, I would prefer the bingo style.
Bingo style? Where one person has,
Like you flip it and
one
everybody has
choice
to
and
do it.
everybody has to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah, I would go with
I
that.
like, I think these two
They're very
are
similar.
very similar.
Yeah, I would agree.
So I'm not going to actually say
Right,
one or
because
the other.
like you said, like silver and gold, and I'm like, well, I like that mechanism too. And then like Tiny Towns, I'm like, well, I like that mechanism too.
Yeah. So they can be very similar. Usually, well, sometimes with roll and writes, everybody has their own dice. And you'll roll, and
then you have to
then
do
everybody
what's that.
gets to do whatever they roll. So there is that. Or on your turn, you roll and do something, and then somebody else rolls on their turn. So I like both of them, I think, equally. I won't be able to pick one or the other. Sesame seeds or poppy seeds?
On a hamburger bun, I like sesame seeds. In a muffin, I like poppy seeds. So
Well, which would you prefer? Like, I can't eat carbs. You can't eat gluten.
You can't eat carbs anyway.
So if you're going to break your
If
diet,
it's a hamburger bun or a poppy seed muffin, I'm going for a poppy seed muffin.
okay, well that's your choice then. For me,
But there's also sesame seeds in like Asian food that I love.
here's
so.
my thing. I have to go the step further. Do I want that muffin because it's sweet and fluffy and delicious, or do I want that burger that the burger bun is on? I'm probably going to go with the burger because there's more in that burger that I'm craving probably than just that poppy seed muffin. So I'm going to go with sesame seeds.
I would.
So we had to
love
take it
poppy
to
seeds.
another. We had to take it to another
We had to
level
level it
there.
up.
Yeah, but that's that. Anime or Bollywood? Do you know what Bollywood
I
is?
do know what Bollywood is.
What is Bollywood?
The East Indian movies.
Yeah.
Musicals mostly.
What?
I have actually only watched maybe 2 or 3 Bollywood movies, so in my whole life.
What about anime?
I don't watch anime.
So your choice is Bollywood.
Probably Bollywood.
See, I'm here. I'm probably gonna go with anime
You watch
because
some anime.
I do watch anime, but it's like Viking themed anime,
Oh,
which is
last
like
night you were
super
watching
strange.
Viking
Vinland Saga
anime.
is one that I'm watching right now, and it's anime, but it's like Viking stories. So, so I'd probably go with anime as well. I also watched, Cyberpunk.
And you watch the Star
Red.
Wars ones.
And the Star Wars animes.
See, so he would go
are cool as
anime.
well.
I would. Neither of them really appeal to me, but
Yeah.
I have watched maybe 2 Bollywood movies out of
Okay.
the hundreds of thousands that are made.
Two
So-
players or max players
Oh,
on games that can handle.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
not.
I gotcha. Yeah,
they're
yeah.
not throwing in games that are just for
Right,
two
right.
players. So
Um,
if a game has the capacity to do 2 players or the maximum, what do you prefer?
I think game designers. Thank you. I think I kind of like playing with more people if it's a game that is meant to be played with more.
She doesn't like playing games with me two player.
I do. I just, it's harder when it's like a 4-person or a 5-person game and we're playing it 2-player.
And usually there's some type of change
Right.
to make it viable for 2 players.
Right.
I
Like,
get it.
if you want to play with 2-player, you have to eliminate all of these cards and you have to, I'm like, okay, well, we'll play it. But
American mecha like BattleTech or Japanese mecha Gundam.
Huh?
I
My vote is, huh?
I tend to like the BattleTech more than the Gundam series. I do really think the Gundam series is cool though. The Gundam series are like, they're like pilots that fly around these huge airplanes that can then change into a robot.
So it's a Transformers?
It's a mechanized. There's a pilot inside of it. It's not an alien species that can change from this robot form into this automotive
Clearly,
form.
my vote is neither. I don't know
So
what you're talking about.
Gundams are like piloted things. They're like super in the future, where you have these big transformer type machines, but they're piloted by humans.
Wasn't there one of those movies? He's gonna laugh at me. There was one we saw that was like that. I can't even go any further. That's all he knows.
She's talking about Pacific
the underwater.
Rim.
The underwater.
She's talking about Pacific Rim.
Look how well he knows me.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of Japanese, but it's kind of like a cross section because it's more of a battle mech-ish type, battle tech-ish type of thing than because it's just a big robot. Mm-hmm. And that's what battle tech is. Battle techs are like big, huge robots that have weapon systems on them, and they're piloted. Think of the mechs from Avatar on steroids. Mm-hmm. You know the little mech that the bad guy got into, and she threw the shot the arrow through the glass, and it almost hit him. And that's more of a battle tech type thing. Have you seen the Matrix movie where they're guarding Zion and they have those big mechs that are?
Maybe.
No, she hasn't.
Probably not.
That's more battle tech, but it's like battle tech is like huge.
But
systems.
how is that different than the other one?
Because the battle tech doesn't change into a jet.
Okay.
Or a robot. It's just a big weapon system that somebody pilots.
Okay.
My pick is Battletech. I do like Gundam, but I like Battletech better.
I'm just going to
say now that we're really far behind. We're not. SCTV or SNL? SCTV or Saturday Night Live?
What is SCTV?
SCTV was, I can't remember what TV station it was on, but it was like it was very similar to Saturday Night Live, but it wasn't NBC. It was more, I think, was it Canadian? I think it was Canadian based, and SNL is the American version of it. But they're both very similar, but they just had different people involved in it. I did enjoy SCTV, but I think if we're talking about the
classic iconic
Belushi,
SNL,
Martin, Steve Martin Short, Eddie Murphy. If we're talking about that SNL, that's like king.
If we're talking about today's SNL, I don't even care.
Yeah, I don't either. Let's see here. Bollywood suggestion. Brahmastra on Hulu. Brahmastra.
I'm writing it down.
Okay, Brian suggested Brahmastra on Hulu. Kung Fu movies, dubbing or subtitles?
Wait, spell it.
Brahmastra. Brahmastra. Brahmastra.
Okay.
Cars, automatic or manual?
I like both. I always drove a manual transmission for years, but right now we all have automatic.
I prefer manuals, but they're few and far between.
Yeah, they're actually
and they're actually becoming that they are more expensive.
Yeah.
In America, at least, because people who want to drive a manual now have to pay extra.
Yeah.
They used to be cheaper because the automatic transmission was a luxury, but now it's kind of flip-flopped.
Yeah. In trying to buy Daphne a car.
Yep.
I was trying to buy a manual transmission Subaru, ideally.
Even my Jeep, I was trying to buy a Jeep.
Manual transmission, and we couldn't find it. It was within our budget. Yep. So right now, I've always loved driving a manual.
Yep.
In fact, when I drove Daphne's car last week for something, I went to get gas, I think, in her car. And I tried to downshift the car like 3 times before I was going down the hill.
The Whoop6 says, Viking anime, Vinland Saga. Have you watched it, Sam? Yeah, that's the one I'm watching right now.
He watched it last night.
Yeah, Gundam is karate robots
I don't even understand that.
that can turn into planes, or BattleTech is walking tanks. That's a good definition. Good job,
That's a
Brian.
great definition.
Analog or digital display clocks.
Oh, I like analog clocks.
I do too, and I can read them.
I like analog clocks.
But I would much rather have a watch.
Yeah.
Just tell me what time it is, than for me having to go through the process of going, okay, it's 4:45.
I have a screen on my watch of an analog. Like, I have an analog.
That is a waste of technology, madam. John Candy or Chris Farley?
John Candy.
Oh my goodness.
Those are both very, very
John
good.
Candy is the OG.
He is.
But
I can't.
Chris Farley is the master.
Chris Farley is so
Chris
funny.
Farley took what... See, here's the thing.
Chris Farley is more
would you
slapstick.
have Chris Farley without John Candy?
Right.
If John Candy never existed, would Chris Farley have been able to...
do what he does.
To do what
Chris
he does?
Farley is more physical.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm
Absolutely
saying. That's what I'm
physical
saying. I think
comedy.
John Candy is the OG.
Right.
He is the one that kind of burst onto the scene and made it. Now, John Candy, back in the day, he
funny.
used to be
Funny.
super physical.
Yeah.
He used to be a very...
But Chris Farley, like, he would just flop on the
Yes.
floor in scenes.
Yes.
And, like, he was so physical. But I kind of go with John Candy.
I can't separate the two of them. I mean,
They're
I
so
like
good.
both of them so much.
So good.
I mean, John Candy was just the classic. But
See, I go
think
with John
Chris
Candy.
Farley,
Planes, Trains, and
every single
Automobiles.
thing that I ever see Chris Farley doing, I'm
You
like,
laugh.
some of it is like one of those things where I'm like, I don't want to watch it. Yes, I do. You know, I want to watch it because it's so funny, but it's so cringy.
Right.
John Candy was just, everything he was in was just so good, though.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yep.
It's one of my all-time
I like that scene in Matrix 3. I know that movie isn't overly loved. That's true, but that was a cool part. Yes, the Defense of Zion was like what put Matrix 3
I'm
on
sure
the
I
map.
saw all the Matrix movies. They
SCTV, it was Canadian, yes.
Okay.
So, SCTV brought us John Candy, Rick Moranis, Gene Levy, Andrea Martin, Martin Short, Catherine O'Hara.
I love all of those people.
Yeah, they're all good. They're all great. How do you promote your board game night at church, and do all provide snacks, or is it like potluck style? Usually, what we do is Jess will bring the main dish, and then we'll also bring some side dishes, but we'll ask other people to bring drinks or chips or desserts or whatever.
My personal rule is I will always have enough food
Yep.
for everybody, but if you want to bring something, great.
The way we promote our board game night at church is mainly by the church. The church has like news slides that go up,
And we have house news that's emailed out.
and it's house news. That's how we promote it there, and we talk about it on our channel. We don't really do anything else like on Facebook or anything else like that. Maybe we should.
We should.
Kristen, the lady that works in the church office that also attends board game night, she uses her Instagram to
We should
do it. We should
do
probably
more.
do the same thing.
I tried to tell everybody last week at football, and I even printed up things to give to everybody at football, and then I forgot to give them to Sam to give them to everybody. So they literally sat in my car, and I printed them, thinking, "Oh, we should tell all these kids who, even if they had a game, which was canceled, but if they had a game, it would have been done like at 6:00. We go from 6 to 9, and I have dinner." Like, that was my intention, and it didn't happen.
John Hughes or Harold Ramis?
Don't know. I mean, I think I know the name John Hughes, and I'm sure I would know, but I don't know.
I'm not familiar enough with either of those. Harold Ramis, isn't that Egon from Ghostbusters? Pretty sure that's Egon from Ghostbusters. He did a lot of other stuff.
John Hughes.
I'm not familiar with John Hughes.
I'd have to look at
as
both
writers,
of them.
directors. Yeah, it's Ramis, Ramis.
Although I can picture saying John Hughes' name on things that I watched.
Harold Ramis did a lot of cool stuff.
Okay.
He did a lot of cool stuff. He got I think his breakthrough was Ghostbusters, but after Ghostbusters, he did a lot of writing and directing.
That's cool.
That other people don't really know a whole lot about.
I don't know.
Toasted almond or chocolate eclair good humor ice cream bars?
I just want an ice cream bar right now.
Yeah, I'm not a huge ice cream bar person.
I would take one right now. Right now.
Yeah, she's like, one of the things she can't have right now is
anything.
Is anything, that's not true, is anything with dairy in it. And it's killing her because she's addicted to cheese and she's addicted to butter.
And cheese and butter.
She also can't have gluten, which means she can't have bread with butter on it. Or, I'm sorry, butter with bread on it.
I do like a healthy layer of butter on my bread.
John Hughes did a lot of the 80s movies. Breakfast Club,
Right,
Planes,
right.
Trains, Automobiles, 16 Candles.
Some of my favorites.
So, there you go. All right, well, it is 10 o'clock. We have to get going because we have to go pick up my son. And then we have to get him to Spokane, which is a 3-hour drive. And we're going to be gone until very late tonight. So, we appreciate you guys joining us, though. It is great. It is now not too late to do this. At 8 o'clock, I was dragging. And
oh, pish posh!
This was a pep. This put a pep in the step. So I appreciate it.
You're fine.
Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it, and we will not have any lives next week because I'm going to be out of town. I'll be at Grand Con in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So if you are at Grand Con, you have now been solicited to come say hi and ask me to play a game with you.
Yes, please.
So, because that's why I'm there. I'm there to socialize and put my little butterfly wings on. I'm not going to have butterfly wings on at the convention.
Oh, I think that could happen.
No, it's not.
I have them at the preschool.
I guarantee you it's not.
I have extras.
Even if you stuff them in my luggage, I will leave them in my hotel room. I will not wear butterfly wings. I apologize.
I think that would be great.
Nope, not going to happen. All right, we'll see you later. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Take care.
I gotta get the kids moving.
Yep.